What's going on, Geminites? We're here with another statue unboxing and review. We have the Sideshow Collectibles Spider-Man Premium Format. This is the exclusive. We're going to do an unboxing, assembly, and review, so stay tuned. Alright guys, before we get started, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you're made aware every time we release new videos. We are currently doing a 50K giveaway for the XM Studio Spider-Man piece, so stay tuned at the end of the video for details on how to enter that. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this box out of the shipper. Alright guys, here's the art box. Kind of different than I expected. It almost gives me like the Amazing Spider-Man 1, the Andrew Garfield movie type of vibe. But you get some silhouettes here of the different Spider-Man logos. Spider-Man in a different pose than the statue on the front. That's kind of weird. But that is the that's the art box. Let's go ahead and get it out of the art box and get into that styrofoam. Alright, so we got quite a few pieces here on this statue. Let's go ahead and start taking them out of the box. We'll go ahead and we'll start with the base here. Here you go, little design on the bottom here. This is number 401 out of 1,000 for the exclusive edition. Let's go ahead and grab Spider-Man. So this was revealed at New York Comic Con last year. A surprise reveal. We didn't know they were making a new Spider-Man premium format. And I really liked it right away. It had kind of mixed reception, but I always dug it. So, nice dynamic pose. Let's see, where does this guy even go? You know what? Tell me he needs to have his... Might have to have these tentacles down first, actually. Bro, I don't know where any of these pieces are supposed to go. What the hell? Alright, there we go. Jeez, man. I don't know where the hell that went. Alright, so cool. So we got that in there. I guess this goes down here. Alright, I was kind of wondering what's going on with the light up features here. So you can unscrew the back of these Doc Ock tentacles, and there are 3 small batteries, these type of batteries that go there. Let's see if I can get this thing on. There we go. So they do have little light ups in these Doc Ock tentacles. Pretty cool. Alright, let's take a quick look at the head sculpt. So this is the exclusive, which is like the Todd McFarlane inspired head. I kind of feel like it has a lot of dark shadowing on the back though, right? I mean, that's kind of dark for a Spidey mask, but okay, not too bad. Then we have your John Romita inspired portrait with kind of the wink look for when he's aiming his web. So close up at those guys. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with putting the collector's edition head on. This whole John Romita senior look. There we go. I don't know why the assembly on this seems so difficult, man. I was having trouble figuring out where the Doc Ock tentacles go and how to get those ends of the tentacles in there. The light up is kind of weird on them, so I don't know. That was kind of interesting. So that's the look with, I'm sorry, you know what? More of a Steve Ditko inspired portrait. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the exclusive, which is the head sculpt that I prefer, which is this McFarlane more 90s inspired look. Yeah, there we go. Alright guys, so this exclusive edition, like I said, this is number 401 out of 1,000. It costs $640 and there are 1,000 of them. The regular edition that does not come with this portrait costs a little bit less, $625 for 2,000 of them. This was sculpted by Igor Cato, Kellum Cunningham, and Chris Lee. So a 3-man team on this piece. And let's get a good look at it. So you have him fighting it. It's not Doc Ock. It's like one of Doc Ock's machines. You see multiple tendrils all intertwined with each other on the base, wrapping around. And Spider-Man is kind of breaking loose out of it, stepping on one, getting ready to pounce off, swing away with his right arm and do his thing. I do like the television from Oscorp effect. I think that's a cool Easter egg. The whole like illusion that is breaking through an actual screen looks really good with that arm busting through it. You have Spider-Man's camera tucked in the web there. That's a cool little Easter egg. You have also some like remnants of web on one of the arms right here. And he's got one of the arms webbed up and he's pulling it right here. And it's kind of got a good effect to it. You know, it's a little bit of a translucent type of look for the web. And you can get the illusion that he's actually pulling away and it's stretching out. So I think that really looks good on the base. Spider-Man himself, I do like him. I think the pose is very dynamic. I think that it was hard to beat the last premium format because that was extremely dynamic, just kind of propped up on one hand. But this one looks really good too. He's actually battling and fighting, which really in the comics, that's what Spider-Man did a lot. He was always getting kind of his ass beat and he had to kind of face incredible odds to overcome them. The sculpt is incredible, man. I think how intricate the base is incredible. I think the anatomy looks really great on Spider-Man. You can see kind of him stretching out here and it's showing through his muscles and everything. You can see him through the suit. The suit itself, kind of a modernized take. It's not just spandex on him, right? He's got some line work going through the sides, get down to the leg there. Even though it maintains the classic Spider-Man look. So I think the flaws of this piece are definitely going to be the seams. First of all, it looks like there was a seam on this left arm at the wrist, which the factory ended up making permanently attached. But you can still kind of see it overlapping. It's pretty pronounced. The seam on this arm is actually not too bad, which is funny because that's the arm that comes out. But he does have a bit of a neck seam here. And it's, you know, the trick with Spider-Man is to try to blend it in with the lines of his costume. But it's easier said than done. I think around the back here you can really tell. But really, again, it's just at a glance and from far away. That won't really be noticeable. I always did feel like the modernized portrait felt like a little stretched out. Like, I don't know, something about it looked a little bit off. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just translating the 2D, very big eyes on the mask to a 3D sculpt that makes it look like that. But overall, I'm really happy with this piece. It does feel a little bit on the expensive side. Like, I guess the base is what makes this so much more intricate. And I guess the engineering aspect of it, too. You have two tentacles that you have to connect that makes him kind of lean on it with his left foot here, even though he's only really pegged into one spot on the right there. But this is a premium format, so we're starting to see, you know, very high price increases for the premium formats, which used to be around the $300 range, started creeping up to $400 to $500, and now we're looking at $640 for a premium format. I don't know why it's not considered a maquette. It looks like it could be a maquette with the intricacy of the base, but for whatever reason, it was not dubbed that way. As far as the paint, yeah, I mean, I think he does look a little bit on the dark side. I don't know. I don't dislike it. I mean, yeah, sure, he could have been brighter, but I guess it's more of a modernized, more of a realistic take on Spider-Man. Very heavy shading, like especially on the back of this portrait here, like I showed you guys earlier. But I don't know that I dislike it or not. I think it looks all right. Is this the best Spider-Man piece out there? It's hard to say. What I'm going to do is a separate video where I compare this to the XM Studios Spider-Man statue. We're going to do a side-by-side comparison. We're going to have categories, and we're going to rate which one is the better statue overall, since both companies have a new Spider-Man out at the same time. You know, Spider-Man is always one of my favorite characters growing up. Obviously, he appeared in Amazing Fantasy 15 back in 1963 by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. What's funny about it is that Joan, Stan Lee's wife, was like, why are you going to make a Spider-Man? People hate spiders. Why would anybody want to read about a Spider-Man? So funny enough, you know, his wife wasn't really with it at first, but ended up being obviously a great idea in the face of Marvel for many years. Also, Steve Ditko famously drew Spider-Man for years, including his first appearance in Amazing Fantasy 15. He even did the cover. However, Stan Lee felt it wasn't strong enough, and he enlisted Jack the King Kirby to do the cover, and that's where we got the iconic one that, you know, everybody knows and sees today. A little bit beefy and bulky compared to Steve Ditko's Spider-Man, who was supposed to be a teenager at the time, but still iconic nonetheless. And then Ditko took over Amazing Spider-Man 1 onward, doing covers, doing interiors and everything. But I always liked Spider-Man. I guess he was more of a relatable character. He was younger, he had problems, he was in school, he had family issues at home. It wasn't like a caped hero at the time that could do no wrong, you know. So I think I gravitated toward that. Plus, he has arguably the best rogues gallery in comic books. I think right up there with Batman. They're probably tied. Got the best rogues gallery for Marvel for sure. So his enemies were really cool with Doc Ock, which is, you know, an inspiration to this statue. But then you have Green Goblin, Venom, Scorpion, Carnage, Kraven, Lizard, a lot of different animals. That 90s Spider-Man cartoon, man, I thought that was one of the best comic book cartoons of all time. Again, tied with Batman the Animated Series. I loved all the Spider-Man video games, the toys. I mean, I just felt like he was all around the most accessible character. Let me know what you guys think about the Sideshow premium format in the comments below. Let me know if you're looking forward to that comparison video. We are giving away an XM Studio Spider-Man statue right now. You can click the video at the end here to go to the 50K subscriber giveaway video, and details will be there. But leave a comment below, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel for more daily content. Stay minty fresh. Peace.